Hey guys, I'm GreenFly, welcome back to another video. Today I thought, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be taking Pokemon ones from the original Gen 1 and then we're going to pair them up with random objects, things, or whatever hell I get exactly. What will I get? Who knows? Not sure what we'll be getting today. We're doing 3 Pokemon, exactly 3, with 3 random things. What will be pairing with those things? Who goddamn knows? It could be goddamn anything. But that's the fun of it. And that is going to be the most exciting part of this whole challenge thing that I've decided to do. Pokemon are cool, and I thought, let's make them more interesting. So pretty much first we're going to get the Pokemon. Not sure which ones we're going to be getting exactly. It could be different ones or whatever. But I thought, you know what? Let's go Gen 1, like I said, and we'll see what we get. I think what I'm going to do is going to generate 1 at a time. I thought, you know, let's generate 3 and then go for it. But you know what? Let's generate 1 at a time. That way to randomize as much as goddamn possible. So yeah, let's set our settings. I've got most of the settings all picked out. We're going to go just for Gen 1 this time, see how we'll go. I'm more familiar with those ones. Quite like the other ones as well, but we'll go for Gen 1, see how we go for that. So go for 1 Generation 1 and we'll see what we were generating today. It's getting... Okay, right, cool. We have Arbok. Actually, surprisingly, weirdly, I like this one. I actually like Arbok, weirdly enough. That's going to be really cool. Right, now we have the wheel. It's here with everything. Let me tell you through the options so you guys know. We have Tank, Chainsaw, Plant, Soft Toy, Candle, Crystal, Spikes, Mither, Lemon, Rope, Oil, all goddamn random things in the world. No, it's as much as things I can think of. And then some other things I was thinking of. Anyway, let's spin it. Let's see what we'll pair up with Arbok. It's going to be interesting. Let's see what we get. What do I have to fuse with Arbok? Good God, it could be a million things. I've got to fuse Plant. We have Plant. That's really cool. So, okay. We're going to do that. We're going to jump into it and get Plant done. That's going to be our first part. I'm looking forward to this. And yeah, let's see how we go with it. Okay, so we have our very first one. We have Arbok and we're merging it with a plant. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to research some plants, have a look and stuff like that. But I found out, which is really cool, is there's actually a plant that's actually, there is a thing called a snake plant, which is actually perfect for this combination. So I thought, while having a look at this plant and everything else, what I found was really cool about it is it has multiple kind of stems and all this kind of pokes out and all this. And then I thought, well, what if Arbok doesn't just now have one head, it has multiple. It is almost like, I guess you could say, it's a Hydra in some sort, you know, kind of plant thing. And the more I looked at it, the more that I thought this could be ideal. This could be perfect. So this was the deciding route that I decided to go. And I thought this will be really cool. I think this would be perfect for this. And perfect for the very first one. One of the things I will admit as well is it's definitely going to be... One of the things I wanted to do is try and draw in Pokemon's art style. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. Will I achieve it? I don't know. Gonna be honest, not 100% sure if I'm going to achieve it or not. It's definitely one of those things that it takes, especially changing your style to a different style, can take some time. Definitely the Pokemon styles, especially to get that right, like ratio, the look of it, everything else. It can take a thing. So I kind of was like, if I can get it to look that close, that would be cool. But the overall thing was just to try and get the whole design to kind of work, you know, and merge it and kind of get the way that I was hoping for. So I was like, okay, so what this plant is, by looking at it, stuff like that, it has multiple stems that pokes out. So I thought that's perfect. So it has 2 heads in the front, 2 heads in the back. Now it has 4. Now it's going to be not just double trouble, triple trouble, is it quadruple trouble? I think, is that? I think so. That's the word for it. But anyway, overall now, it's not just going to be a poison type, it now pretty much is a poison grass type. That is what I would characterize this new version of Arbok in a way. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, especially going through, there's so many designs that have been done for Pokemon through the years, 100%. And had to look at a few some ones, stuff to get some ideas. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go the way I feel, just kind of vibe, just see how it goes and see if I like it. Overall, I would say this one actually turned out to be not too bad for my first one. And yeah, like I said, I like Arbok quite a lot. This is one of my favorite Pokemon. And yeah, overall, this is the Arbok Fusion. Okay, now that we've done Arbok with the plant, not too bad. Let us go for our next Pokemon and what we're going to be getting. Let's see, heading again, let's get to what we get for today with it, Jinx. Okay, that's always an interesting one. That is probably not one of my favourite ones, definitely an interesting one in Gen 1, that is for sure. But now I've got to get the wheel. You know, from any of these things, it could look really, really questionable. Alright, let's go for it. Let's just spin the wheel and see what we get with the pair with Jinx. Boy, what are we fused with Jinx? Wow, okay. Rope. Of all the things it could have been, it's rope. Alright, well, rope and Jinx fusion. This is gonna be an interesting one. Yeah, so yeah, let's go for it. Okay, we are now working on Jinx. We have Jinx and we have a rope. While I was thinking is Jinx is one of those Pokemon that I have known for quite a while, definitely, let's be honest. But I never fully have used her in particular, I'm going to be honest with you. So having a look and see how was I gonna make this interesting in the rope. My first thought, there's a few thoughts I had, but then the thing that actually overall that I thought of is you have a thing called rope dancers. They use ropes, they use like either cloth and all that, and I thought that would actually be really interesting. That would be really, really useful. It's perfect for what the thing is, and pretty much I thought overall Jinx is pretty much primarily a pretty much psychic ice type, and I thought, well, let's be honest, at that point, if I've got the rope in this, it's gonna be then she's turned into pretty much a psychic fighting type. I thought that makes sense, because one of the things is she can actually learn quite a few actual like ice punch and all this, and a few other things, especially in the very early games if I remember correctly. And I thought, well, this makes more sense. The other thing I also found as well is she doesn't quite, from what entrants have, is Jinx doesn't have quite feet. So having a look at a few designs from like some Kung Fu outfits and some designs and Japanese and stuff like that. One of the things I thought is I would kind of have a bit of a mixed bit of both. But also I thought, well, since I didn't know exactly if she has feet or not, it's kind of weird. I thought, well, what if the cloth below she was able to pretty much turn that into literally legs? Like the cloth was like almost reinforced with her psychic powers, and now they're pretty much strong enough to now kick things and stuff like that. But maybe not particularly that, but able to pretty much use the role with a psychic and fighting, so it's enhanced, it's stronger. And one of the things I decided was because of the red rope, there's an item, I can't remember what the item's called for the life of me, but it's literally, I think it's like the knot something, it's on the tip of my tongue, I can't remember. But anyway, there's an item in the game that literally is a red rope. It's like, I can't remember exactly what the item does, but it's an item you can use and all this, and you hold it. And I thought that would literally be the perfect item that would literally evolve this Jinx to this version. But yeah, this was definitely one I had to really think of. It's definitely like the unexpected one I would have to draw, that's for sure. And yeah, I would say, you know what, she actually turned out not too bad. There's so many different things I could have gone direction. I want to keep some little elements tie into that Jinx, but also make it look like that this was a purely fighting psychic Jinx. But she would use also her rope to pretty much thing me, swing and dance and all that. But this would be, I guess you could say, the rope dancing Pokemon in a way. But yeah, overall, I think this actually turned out too bad. And yeah, this is the rope dancing Jinx Pokemon. Okay, we're on our last one. Thank God, Jinx was a something. Now we've got our last one we need to get. Give us something. Obviously it's the same one, we'll re-roll again. Let's see what we get for our Pokemon first. Diglett. Okay, I can, well, Maybe I could work with Diglett. Okay, there's a few things. Let's see what a random thing is gonna be. I'm gonna bring the wheel over here. Here it is in all its beautiful glory. Let's spin it. Let's go for it. You know, let's. What's the worst it could be? Well, you know what? Oil's interesting, but also I need to really make that work in a way. But it's oil. It's simple as that. Okay. All right. Well, Diglett oil. Let's see how we go on with that. This will be cool. Yeah, Diglett oil. Let's go for it. Okay, we are now on our third and final drawing. Our final Pokemon. Now, the two concepts I got was Diglett and oil. If we see Diglett's other forms that it's gotten, all they really did was add little hairs and stuff. So it was mixed between either making it really cool or that. But oil is, turns out I had a bit more difficult trying to figure out what to do, the combination. And I ended up settling, well, instead of digging through dirt and all this Diglett dug way too deep, was thing with oil so much it's got to the point that now oil literally comes out of the Diglett constantly. And it's got to the point that now he's pretty much almost merged with the oil. So, thinking about it, everything else, oil is kind of toxic and all that to actual animals and creatures, so I thought, well, this would be then a ground poison. Yeah, this is now a ground poison Diglett. I was surprised that I actually was a little bit struggling what to do with this. I guess I was like, I could have made it more complicated. I thought, well, maybe the simple approach might be not a bad idea, you know? Have some little elements of the Diglett, but also make it look like this Diglett has been, like, it looks much more frail. It looks like it's got, you can kind of tell, I tried to make like cheekbones you can see in the Diglett. I don't know the anatomy of Diglett. Nobody knows the anatomy of Diglett. But it was surprisingly one that I was generally having to go back and forth. I tried to add a few bits just to make it look like that it had like a mouth kind of oil and all this. And yeah, it's Diglett's an interesting one, you know. I mean, for heck, all they did with like Diglett's evolutions of the lower thing is add some hair, and that was about it. They called it a day, pretty much. So yeah, honestly, I was surprised that I actually struggled to figure out what I could do. And I could have done like pure of oil and everything else, but I wanted to implement two kind of points of what this Diglett would kind of be. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I could have done, but I generally was like, this could be like the oil, and that's kind of now, it's not just, it's now part of Diglett pretty much. So overall, this is the oil Diglett. And with that, guys, we have done it. We have fused multiple Pokemon. We have done Arbok, we have done Jinx, and we have done Diglett with the random items that we got from the wheel. It was definitely fun and definitely challenging, that's for sure. Not only just obviously taking the item, fusing them, coming up with a new Pokemon design and all this. I tried a little bit to do like the Pokemon art style a little bit, but it's definitely a style that I'm not used to, that's definitely for sure. So pretty much overall though, I'm definitely quite happy how they look and everything else. And there's just so many ways you could really go with these kind of things and all this. And overall, if I'm going to be honest, I'm really happy how these looked. I am very happy how they looked. I think one of the ones I think struggled a little bit was surprisingly Diglett. I thought that would be the easiest, but generally trying to think of how simple I could either make that or how complicated I can make that. I decided to just go for the simpler approach. I feel that just made more sense with Diglett. But overall though, I really like these guys. They looked really cool, and I'm really happy. I'm generally really happy how these kind of turned out. And yeah, it's always a challenge. Definitely take something you've never done, especially trying to do a new Pokemon design and all this and stuff like that. But hey, it's always good fun. Anyway though, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and hey, let me know which one that you liked overall. And hey, if you guys want me to do this again, leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more of this. That would be appreciated. That would be awesome. And yeah, I might do more of this in the future. And maybe I'll try and really just do a video on just trying to figure out how to do the Pokemon art style. That would be really cool, I think. It's a style. There's definitely a technique to getting that style to look good. Especially if you try to do it like a fake Pokemon and all that, to get that style like bang on. There's definitely a technique to it. But overall, really enjoyed this. This was great, and hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But enough chit chat for me. It's been awesome. It's been fun. And yeah. Sure, I'll do something more. I always do love the fusions. It's always fun to do them. And always with mix and mash and all this. You never know what you'll create. But till next time, I'm GreenFly. See you guys later. Take care.